One of the constants of the Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix has always been the weather. As the European autumn becomes winter, the sun shines in Macau. Or it did until this year, when rain heavy enough to be depressingly familiar to the Brits meant qualifying had to be put on hold. 2 sessions postponed as the organisers search for gaps in the most crowded race schedule of the year.
It's just disappointing for everybody, you know, you come all this way and like I've been here for 14 years on the bounce and never seen a drop of rain, and you know, it's something you don't expect. You know, we're all up here in this morning having breakfast, and you looked out the window and it's soaked, but we're all still walking to the track for no reason whatsoever. We know we're not going to get out there, but we're all here just pretending it's not raining and to get out there. But yeah, it does put a bit of pressure on. I mean, it's okay for a few of us. We've been coming a long time, so we sort of know our way around. But you know, the Dunlops and there's a couple of other kids who've never, a couple of American kids who don't know the way around, so there's a lot of pressure on them guys. So, but the organisers, like they say, we've only got slick tyres and we can only race or qualify practice in the dry, so we've just got to sit tight and see what happens, and fingers crossed it dries up a little bit. The cars will dry up pretty quick, I'm sure, and maybe this afternoon we might get a blast.
And luckily that's what happened. Bright sunshine and a dry track. But the situation still put pressure on those riders who have never been here before, among whose number were, as John McGuinness said, William and Michael Dunlop.
I just had to smooth things up a bit, especially with the bike that I'm riding at the minute, you know, the Street Sweep ZX10. They're a very nervous bike, you know, and you have to try and, you know, ride as smooth as you can to keep the bike from kicking, so I had to adapt my riding style a wee bit, you know, but I've enjoyed it here. I've had a few moments because of the walls and barriers and stuff, but just be as smooth as we can and try and keep into the temperature and keep the laps going strong.
William Dunlop slipped off in the very first practice session when it was dry, and the enforced wait for a second chance gave him 24 hours to recover.
It's not too bad. I like the main road. It's quite fast and flowing, but the twisty stuff it's hard to get your head around, I suppose, and I struggle a bit, you know, physically to wrestle the bike, but you know, we're going not too bad. So.
Returning to bike racing after a horrible injury left him sidelined for a year, Ian Hutchinson is raring to go.
To be honest, I can't complain about my leg at all. I'm using the right-hand gear shift, which is a little strange, but my left leg's not causing me any problems on the bike, and you know, I'm just so pleased to be back at the front racing first time out. I wanted to come over here and just have a good safe race before the winter and get some mileage under my belt before the start of next year. Otherwise I would have had 18 months out of racing, so you know, the job's done already for me really. I just want to go out and enjoy the race.
Ron Haslam has won here 6 times, but so has Michael Rutter, and he's looking for win number 7.
No, I'm not too worried really. It's just, you only can do what you can do your best, and we try that every year, and we've been unfortunate the last couple of years, but hopefully it's a bit of a change today. But it's a long race, lots of things can happen. You know, all I can do is my best.
And finally, the qualifying session was an hour long, and it took place at the time originally allotted to the race on Saturday afternoon, with the race itself now given a midday slot on Sunday ahead of the Formula 3 cars. So track time was at a premium, especially for the new faces, but most riders had been here before and immediately started to show up at the top end of the qualifying leaderboard, pretty much as you would expect. Gary Johnson on the new look Taz Suzuki was among them. He finished 5th here last year. But for William Dunlop, this was really his first track session on the Wilson Craig Honda. Rutter was on it straight away, pursued by the usual suspects including Johnson and nailing Connor Cummins, eventually too ill to race. Martin Jessopp hasn't been a Macau regular, but he has ridden here several times on the Ducati, and he was quickly on the pace. But no sooner had Michael Rutter set the pace than he started raising it again, pushing the rider's Ducati harder and harder, challenging his rivals to match a seemingly unmatchable pace.